So we have checked how router works, how switch works, all the basic network devices we have discussed. So only one device is left, that was NIC. Okay, so what is NIC? NIC stands for Network Interface Card. Yeah, so NIC. So NIC stands for Network Interface Card. Okay, so what is Network Interface Card? So it is like a chip on a laptop. Okay, so it is a chip on laptop. Like if you buy a laptop, ठीक है, तो जब आप लैपटॉप बाय करते हैं, so when you buy a laptop, so you all know that you have a wireless in laptop. So you also know that your laptop is able to handle one Ethernet cable, right? You can also add a Ethernet LAN cable, and you have Bluetooth also. So what are these? So these are called network interface card. Okay, wireless is a different chip, wired is a different chip, Bluetooth is a different chip. So in short, if you buy a laptop, how many MAC address you get? 3 MAC address. Okay, but in older days when we used to buy a CPU, so we only used to have one Ethernet port. So it means this computer only has one MAC address. But nowadays, almost every machine have 2 to 3 MAC address. Like if we talk about mobile phone also, like mobile has a Wi-Fi, right? And mobile has also Bluetooth. So Bluetooth is also Wi-Fi, right? And Bluetooth is also considered as NIC. So NIC is a network interface card or controller, you can also say that. So in some books or somewhere you will see network interface controller also, but you can say network interface controller card also. So in short, NIC is a chip. NIC is a chip, a small chip. Suppose in older days or in previous generation computers, so you need to buy different NIC card separately. If you check NIC card, okay, network interface controller is the full form, or you can say network interface card also. Okay, if you check this, so this is NIC chip. So you have MAC address of this card. Our computer do not have any MAC address. तो हमारे कंप्यूटर का कोई MAC address नहीं होता. So we only have MAC address of our NIC cards. Okay, so computer does not have any MAC address. Only NIC cards have MAC address. So tell me, if you buy a motherboard or if you don't have NIC card, so it means computer have MAC address? No. So if you don't have NIC, you don't have MAC address. So NIC is equal to MAC address, you can say. So it means if you have 3 NIC, so your laptop will have 3 MAC address. Okay. So NIC, so in also when you buy a server, तो अगर आप server खरीदते हैं, so even if many servers have 8 NIC also, so it means how many MAC address that server has? 8 MAC address. Got it? So these are called quad NIC. So if you buy a server, so most of the servers, if you buy, so they come up with the 2 cards, or there are quad NIC cards also. So that is mostly used in servers when server wants to have 4 connections. So these are called quad NIC. It means it has 4 MAC address only on one chip. So it means if you put this card in one server, so server will have 4 MAC address. Okay. But if you have 2 cards, अगर आपके पास ये 2 कार्ड हैं सर्वर में लगाओगे तो 8 मैक एड्रेस मिलेंगे. इफ यू पुट 2 कार्ड्स लाइक दिस, you will have 8 MAC address. So what is the command to check MAC address? Okay, very simple. If you check on Windows, अगर आप Windows में check करो, so there are separate commands. Okay, let me check Windows. Okay, so I'll tell you about the Linux also. So I'm using MacBook right now. So to check the MAC address in MacBook, you can check if config. If config. Okay, I repeat, if config. But in Windows, you have to use IP config. So you can see this is EN0. EN0 means Ethernet adapter 0, 03. So you can see all the Ethernet adapters have different MAC address. But some cards are not physical cards, some cards are virtual cards. I'll explain about physical NIC and virtual NIC also. So now consider this is a computer. ठीक है, तो ये आपको कंप्यूटर दिख रहा है. Okay, so if you want to check the MAC address of this device, so what is the command? ipconfig / all. Sorry, ipconfig / all. So you can see, so this Ethernet, so this is a cable and this is the MAC address 50020100 something. तो ये इस मशीन का MAC address है. Okay, so some cards, and how to check your interface card? There is a shortcut ncpa.cpl. So ये command क्या करती है? So this command is used to check your network adapters, your NIC cards. But if I click on here, so I have only one NIC. So if you see this Cisco system, VPN, Cisco, so there are many softwares. So there are many softwares which creates virtual NIC also. तो बहुत सारे सॉफ्टवेयर ऐसे हैं जो वर्चुअल NIC क्रिएट कर देते हैं. So there are many softwares like Cisco, AnyConnect, or there are many softwares like if you install VMware Player, if you install VirtualBox, they also create a virtual NIC. So these are virtual NIC, but my physical is this one. So you can consider this is my physical NIC card. Okay. So there are like if you install any virtual, and you can also install virtual cards also. Okay, if you go to device manager in Windows 7 or Windows 10, okay, go to device manager. Okay, you can see right here device manager, right click, add legacy hardware. You can see add legacy hardware. Next. Okay, so you can see a list, install the hardware. So what I am doing right now, I'm creating a virtual adapter. Okay, so this is just an optional thing I'm telling you. So if you go to network adapters, you can see network adapters. Okay, and it will give you a list, and Microsoft has a list adapter which is called Microsoft loopback adapter. So this is virtual interface. तो ये testing के लिए है. So this is just for testing purpose. If you want, like you can create a virtual NIC card also. Okay, now what I have created a virtual NIC. So if I'll go to ncpa.cpl command, so I'll see another network loopback adapter. So what is the use of this? There are some softwares like GNS3 and all in CCNA. Like if you use that, this loopback adapter will help. But in short, what I am teaching you, मैं अभी क्या पढ़ा रहा हूँ आपको कि NIC card क्या होता है. So NIC is a physical card. NIC is a physical card on motherboard. NIC card is on, like if you check on laptop, it is inside your motherboard. You can't see also. It is a very small chip inside your laptop. Like this. So it's already inside your laptop. Okay. But I'm teaching you that this is my physical NIC. But if I want to create virtual, or if you install VMware Player or VirtualBox or some kind of software, so you will see another network interface card also. So don't get confused whenever you see you have multiple NIC card. So don't get confused. They all are physical. तो जब भी आपको ज्यादा NIC कार्ड दिखें नेटवर्क कनेक्शंस में, so don't get confused, because might be 1 or 2 are physical cards and there are many virtual NIC cards. Clear? Please say yes in the chat. Okay, so you'll not just learn CCNA. There are n number of things I'll explain you. Okay, तो CCNA से बहुत ज़्यादा चीजें सीखोगे आप. Don't worry. Okay, so there is. I'm just showing you. So there is a very popular software in market which is called VMware ESXi. You can see this VMware ESXi. So this software is responsible for virtualization. Okay. So this software is responsible for what? Virtualization. What is virtualization? Anybody? Put down in the chat if you know what is virtualization. Like if you have one server, like tell me on one server how many operating system you can install. Mostly one, right? Or maybe two by dual boot. But normally if you buy a server, you can have Windows, right? Or you may have another server with Linux, but you can't have multiple operating system. So what is virtualization? What is virtualization? That we are going to buy one server only, and there is one hardware where you have RAM, where you have hard disk, okay, where you have network also. So all these things can be virtualized. It means if I want to install Windows, I'll take from this 100 GB RAM, I'll take 10 GB RAM in Windows. I have 1 terabyte of hard disk, I'll take only 100 GB. Okay. And I have 1 Gbps internet connectivity, I will give 100 Mbps to this. So it means this is a separate machine where I'm creating Windows 7 with 100 GB hard disk and 100 Mbps internet. Okay. And same on the same server, I can install another machine with Linux, but I'm giving 10 GB RAM to Linux, again 100 GB hard disk, and again 100 Mbps internet to Linux machine also. So by using one server only, you can create up to 10 or maybe as per your requirement. Okay, so this is what we call virtualization. If you have attended MCSA basic 1 or 2 class, you must have understood. So how this is possible? So this is possible because there is a layer called hypervisor. There is a technology, or you can say there is a special virtualization layer which is called hypervisor. Okay, hypervisor is a layer. Okay, hypervisor is a technique. तो आप समझो hypervisor एक टेक्निक है एक ही सर्वर को छोटे छोटे सर्वर्स में डिवाइड करने का. Okay, Hyper-V is a software. Hyper-V is a software, but I am talking about hypervisor. Hyper-V is a Microsoft server software, and VMware has a software which is called VMware Workstation or VMware ESXi. So in companies we use ESXi. In normal home user or small scale industry people, they use VMware Workstation. But ESXi is used in industries. So why I'm teaching you all virtualization? First of all, virtualization is a topic in CCNA also. Okay. So it is not out of syllabus, first of all. So what is virtualization? So I'm telling you virtualization so that you will understand NIC in a better way. So because if you see your laptop, you may have 4 cards. तो आपको दिखेगा 4 कार्ड है, ये कैसे हो गया? मेरे पास तो I have only wireless, I have only wire. Why I'm getting 2, 3? Because you must installed some virtualization software. So if I log in on this VMware ESXi, so this is the industry's ESXi software. Okay. So you can see this is a server, Dell server. Okay. This is a Power Edge Dell 640. All the configuration is here. And this server has a RAM of 512 GB. 512 GB ka RAM iska. 512 GB RAM. It has 20 CPU. Okay. And it has a hard disk also. Somewhere you can see here. CPU, memory, storage. So if I want to create a virtual machine, I'll go to virtual machine. Okay. So you can see create register. You can see here. Okay. So you can see there are a few machines like create. So create a new virtual machine. Next, it will ask you which Linux or which operating system you want to install. I'll say Linux. Next. So it will ask me which Linux you want to install. Suppose I want to install Ubuntu. Ubuntu Linux. Ubuntu is a very good Linux. So Ubuntu. Next. So what I have to do, I have to give space. Okay. And then it is asking me how much CPU you want to give. So I can give 10 CPU, 10 virtual CPU. Like if I want to give a 10 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM, so I'll say 8192 MB, or you can say in GB also. Like I want to give 8 GB RAM or 10 GB RAM, whatever is your requirement. And how much hard drive you want. I want 100 GB hard drive. Right. Next. So you can see Linux machine is getting ready. Finish. That's it. Your virtual machine is ready. Okay. So power on. So guys, I'm giving you some insights of ESXi. So this is the first basic class of ESXi. It is not part of CCNA, but I'm teaching you because 99% companies are using, not 90, even 70%, you can say 70% companies are using ESXi. Rajesh, class is getting recorded, so you can watch this anytime if you don't understand right now. So power on server. Okay, power on server and your Linux machine is ready, but you need to install the iOS image. So you can download the Ubuntu iOS image. You can go to edit. Okay, and then you can give the CD drive data store ISO file, and you can upload that ISO file here. Upload that Ubuntu, download Ubuntu and upload the ISO file here. It is a very simple. So this is used in industry, but normally you can, to learn this, to practice, you can install VMware player. So if you use Windows, guys, so you can install VMware player and try to install Linux inside your Windows laptop. ठीक है? तो आप Linux को भी install कर सकते हो. So what happens actually? So whenever you install all these things, so you can see, go to networking. Okay, so this server has one card. So you can see this. So see this diagram. This is very important to understand. So you can see this is my server has only one card. So if you take example, तो मेरा जो server है, yeah, so you can see this image. So this is my physical adapter. Can you see that? So it means if I have a server, तो server के अंदर सिर्फ एक ही physical port है. I have only one physical port, but I created small virtual machines, and this server is giving 6 different VMware network, means virtual NIC cards. So all these ports, तो जितने भी आपको यहाँ पोर्ट दिख रहे हैं, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so all these are virtual NIC. So virtual NIC taking connection from which NIC? Physical NIC. Clear? So अगर आपको ये टफ लग रहा है क्लास, डोंट वरी, दिस इज जस्ट एन एक्स्ट्रा नॉलेज. अगर आप नहीं भी कर रहे हो कोई बात नहीं. Okay, but trust me, nobody is going to teach you in this NIC class. So I just wanted you to understand why I'm all giving you all these things knowledge, because just simple understand that one card is known as physical card. Okay, like your wire connection, your wireless connection, and in industry, virtualization is almost everywhere. So I need to tell you that there are many virtual NIC cards also. Virtual NIC. In your whenever you install any virtualization software, it will create a virtual NIC. So how to check all your NIC cards? 70% I am giving my opinion. You can check the exact figures. So if config, whenever we click if config, or in Windows, I told you in Windows there is a command. Go to command prompt and you can check ipconfig/all. You need to put this keyword /all. Okay, yes, there is another shortcut getmac-v, and it will also give you the proper details. Like you can see, so all this is a local area connection. This is another local Cisco virtualization Microsoft adapter. So you can see your all MAC address. So this physical address is also known as your MAC address. Clear, everyone? Okay, so don't get confused whenever you install any software. So whenever you see some different network adapters, so it means they are virtual cards. ठीक है? तो मैंने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में भी आपको एक इंस्टॉल करके दिखाया था. Like in this Windows, I have installed in Device Manager, right? So I was just showing you that you can create a virtual adapters by yourself, and there are many softwares like VMware. They can also create a virtual adapters in your laptop. How we understand this is a virtual card? So you need to read the names like Cisco system VPN adapter. Whenever you see VMware, Cisco and all, so mostly these are your virtual NIC cards. Okay, so this is basic NIC card. So now let's go to the basics. So when we talk about speed, so how we calculate speed in networking? So first of all, you need to understand bits. So what is bits? 0 and 1 are known as bits. Kamran, you can create 100 of VM also. It totally depends on your hardware. Okay, so suppose consider like if you buy a server, buy a big water tank. So now you can refill all small tanks, right? So if your buckets, if your drum size is bigger, you can have more buckets of water, right? So in simple words, if you have very big server with like 2 terabytes of RAM, there are many servers with which comes with the 2 terabytes RAM, 100 terabyte hard disk, right? So you can understand, you can create a lot, many, even 100 VMware machines also. So there is no limit. It totally depends on the server model. Clear? Yeah, VMware Hyper-V is free, but VMware ESXi is paid. Up to certain limit, VMware ESXi is free. Up to 8 CPU, I think. Okay, so we are discussing speed now. Okay, so when we say bits, so what is bits? 0 and 1 is known as bits. So it means if you have 8 0 1s, either 0 या 1, तो या 0 हो या 1 हो, अगर ये 8 डिजिट नो होगे, so count this 8 numbers. Okay, so these 8 numbers are called 1 byte. Okay, so it can be 0, it can be 1. 0 भी हो सकता है, 1 भी हो सकता है. So this is 8 bits is known as 1 byte. Okay. And everyone knows now like 1024 bytes is equal to, okay. So that is like we will not say 1024. Let's make it simple. 1000 bytes is called 1 kilobyte. And when we say 1000 KB is called 1 MB. And 1000 MB, everyone knows now 1 GB. Okay. And 1000 GB, 1 TB. Okay, so there are many bytes now, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, you can check on Google. Okay, so what is the difference? Like some people ask me, sir, why we say 1000? Somewhere I have seen 1024. Normally, what I have seen when we talk about storage, like pen drives, hard disk, and all, so we mostly take the blocks of 1024. Like 1024 bytes is equal to 1 KB. Like if you say 1024 KB is equal to 1 MB. But when we talk about network speed, we always take the 1000. Okay, I hope you must be having this confusion from last many years, right? So this is what I have observed. You can check also. Okay, so this is clear. So whenever we talk about storage, we use the groups 1024. But when we talk about internet speed and all, so we normally say 1000 bytes, 1000 MB, 50 MB, 1000. It is not in the calculation of like even RAM, hard disk, your RAM, memory, hard disk, memory, whatever it is related to memory, hard disk, physical devices. Okay, so that is called like in the group of 1024. But when we talk about speed, so that is in the this bytes. So what is the difference between small Mbps and there is one big Mbps? Nothing like that. This is called mega bits per second. We mostly use this term. We never use this term. And this is just a tricky question. So whenever we say 10, suppose you took an internet connection 16 Mbps. Tell me what will be your download speed. अगर आपने 16 Mbps का इंटरनेट लिया है तो आपकी डाउनलोड स्पीड क्या आएगी? So if you took 16 Mbps internet connection, so because this is in bits per second, right? So we have to divide by 8 and this will be my download speed. But this, if somebody is saying 16 big Mbps, but this never usually, ये होता नहीं है, so this never comes. But then 16 Mbps means this is actual speed. We will not divide by 8. Got it? So if it is at bigger Mbps, okay, so it means that is exactly download speed will be like this. But whenever we get to know that your internet connection is like 100 Mbps, so tell me what will be your download speed? Because this is bits per second, not byte per second. So when we divide by 8, so tell me what will be the number? 8 into 12 plus, right? 12 point something. So 12 point something per MB you can download. Okay, so if you download any file, so in 1 second, you will download around 12.x MB. Okay, suppose you have a 100 Mbps internet connection. So it doesn't mean that you will download 100 MB in 1 second. No, this is not correct. It means that is megabits per second. And you need to divide by 8 because 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. And if you divide by 8, you will get around, you can check what will be the value in your calculator. Okay, so you can check. So many, even I used to get confused in whenever I take broadband connection. So when we divide 8, so that comes 12.5. So your per second you will download maximum 12.5. Okay, 12.5 will be your download speed. So it means if I am going, whenever we check our internet speed, let me check my internet speed. So there are many website I check on fast.com because it is little fast and it is by Netflix. Okay, so now I'm getting around 71. And if you want proper, so it will tell you the upload and all other speed. So it is giving me 71 Mbps. तो अगर मैं अभी कोई फाइल डाउनलोड करूंगा तो एग्जैक्टली वो फाइल कितने MB डाउनलोड होगी पर सेकंड. So if I'm going to download any file, what will be the maximum MB value I'll get per second? So if I download 71 divided by 8, and that is 8.875. Mostly I'm going to get this. But my internet is on shared bandwidth because this is a broadband. So sometimes I'll get 80, 90, even more than 100 also. Now this time you can see it is giving me 98 Mbps. Why? Because this is broadband. Broadband means it is a shared bandwidth. तो ये आपकी नहीं है, आप ही की तरह और भी बहुत सारे लोग इसको यूज कर रहे होंगे. Okay, so it is not a private connection, it is a shared connection where you got a link. Okay, it means, let me tell you what exactly I'm trying to say. Okay, suppose this is a 1 GB pipe. Okay, now what ISP is giving, like in sector, like in this area, so there are 200 homes and they all have taken 10 Mbps connection. Or let's take example, so in this area we have 20 home connections and everyone got 100 MB link. Okay, or maybe 200 also, but normally we have seen like it will be more, like 200 homes. So now what is happening, like 200 homes are not exactly using the same bandwidth, yes or no? Okay, so what they got, everyone got a pipe from their home and that is 100 MB. That you can maximum you can take 100 Mbps. Okay, consider this is a water tank and water is coming from this direction and the pipe is very wide and you can maximum you can take this much water. But if everyone is going to take this much water, tell me your internet speed will be slow or fast? If everyone is going to take proper, if everyone will download, if everyone will use YouTube, everyone will consume bandwidth, what will happen? If all 200 homes will use, the maximum you will be getting is 1 GB divided by 200. This will be minimum you will be getting. It means how much? 5 MB, right? तो 5 MB तो आपको आएगा ही आएगा. Because for this 200 home area or sector or any particular area, the link is 1 GB. So it means the minimum. So this is what we call shared broadband. So यहाँ पे लक को है आपका, कभी कभी तो आपको बहुत स्पीड आएगी. So you will be very happy. Oh man, I have taken a connection of only 700 rupees and I'm getting 100 Mbps. But you are lucky because your neighbors are not downloading. So never get a PG where there are many friends of you. Just the trick thing. So this is what I used when I was in my first job or second job. We never used to take the home where many youngsters stays. जहां लोग लड़के लड़कियां रहते थे ना, वहां हम घर ही नहीं लेते थे, हमें पता था बैंडविड्थ ही नहीं आएगी. सोचो तब के पक्के इंजीनियर हैं. Okay, got the point. So if I'm going to stay nearby to the youngsters, they are going to eat up my bandwidth. Yes, mostly every broadband is on shared broadband. Tell me, most of you are from broadband or from internet. So might be this is very new for you. right? Yeah. So what is now, this is shared broadband. And when we take dedicated line, last time we discussed, if I'm going to buy a dedicated line, what is dedicated line? So it means this pipe, which is directly coming from a company, this is specially for you and it will be 100. Nobody is going to use anywhere. Like if it is coming directly from a company, this is a special pipe. No one will enter in this pipe. Means you will be getting proper flow, maximum 100 Mbps. So it means you will never have low bandwidth less than 100 Mbps. But shared ka, so in shared bandwidth, if your neighbors are using internet, so you definitely you are going to have issues. Got it?